It is so red. My doctor wasn't pushing for the biopsy. Right now it's just like this bandage.
It's just right here. Just right here.
Basal cell carcinoma. The way that I really feel is I really feel stupid about like decisions that I made when I was really young. Hi guys, we are kicking off this video with updates from my biopsy. But before we go to the doctor's office, I wanted to share with you why I went and got my skin examined, because I got a few messages saying like, I'm fair skinned too and I've had sunburns, but like, what was it that made you decide to like actually go see the doctor? And to be honest, it was 100% my husband. I would have put this off like forever because it's on my shoulder and I cannot see it. So it's one of those things like out of sight, out of mind. If you can see the spot, it is so red. And if you can imagine, this spot gets even more red whenever I get out of the shower. And the shape of it has not changed since I noticed it like years ago. But the color, the texture of it, like right now it's kind of like scaly. And then other times it'll be kind of like wet, which is so gross. And you can see this from far away. It looks like I skinned my shoulder, or it kind of looks like a cherry or a raspberry. I don't know what people call it anymore. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So I don't know if that helps anybody else who's watching. If you have something like that, maybe go get it checked out, you know? I don't have skin cancer running in my family. Like I don't know anybody that has skin cancer or crazy sun damage or anything that I would have been alerted to where thinking that this was normal for me to do. I knew to kind of keep an eye and monitor it because I had friends in college who were getting like clinical hours and working at skin cancer specialists like clinics, and they always told me, because I'm fair skinned, one, to always wear sunscreen, and two, what skin cancer may look like. And what I was told, or what I perceived it to be, was like, look at this spot, and then if that spot's going to grow or change shape or texture or all of these things, like these could be signs of skin cancer. Well, I got this spot examined maybe like 2016, and the doctor was like, oh yeah, like it's like skin damage because like I'm fair skinned and I did not wear as much sunscreen as I probably should have, and I worked at a tanning salon, which is just so gross. Forward to now, 2022, maybe the past like 2 years or so, my husband's been like hounding me to go see a dermatologist, but I was actually really nervous too, because one, I didn't know how expensive it would be, two, like we're in Japan, I would need a translator, and three, like Japanese doctors, like they predominantly work on Japanese people and their skin is very different from my skin, and I was just worried about finding somebody that was comfortable, confident, and had experience working on fair skin. Skin colors react differently to certain things like sunburns or what have it be. Even when I went to see the doctor the very first visit when I got my examination, I don't know if I explained this correctly to you guys, but he told me, he called it a sun kiss, like the sun kissed you, and it was sun damage. And he actually did not think that I needed a biopsy at all. He was like, oh no, like if you were like an older Japanese person and you had a spot like this, like I would tell you like don't even bother with it, it's no problem. But he even admitted like, I don't really specialize in Caucasian skin and I don't really know like what certain things look like on your type of skin. So if you would like to do a biopsy, we can, but I don't know that it's necessary. And I was just kind of like, well, I'm here and I would rather have the peace of mind, so that's why I scheduled the biopsy. I hope that answered some of your questions as to why I went to go get an exam. It definitely helps having somebody else advocate for you, like your partner, because I literally would have not gone. But anyway, let's go to the doctor's now and see what our results are gonna be. May 17th, and I'm about to go into hopefully my last biopsy appointment. So I'm gonna go in today, they're gonna take the stitches out, and then they'll hopefully have results for me. Right now it's just like this bandage, and I couldn't get it really like wet. Well, when I say wet, I couldn't get it like scrub it off, I guess. I don't really know how to word that. So yeah, they're gonna tell me what's happening with my body, my skin. Hopefully the next time you hear from me, I'll have positive news. Yeah, I was not nervous at all, like driving here. I wasn't honestly even like thinking about it all week, like at all. Not even a moment of time until I turned the camera on just now to be like, okay, going in for the last visit. So yeah, hopefully the next time you hear from me, it's positive. Positive, positive, positive. Think positive thoughts.
This is the one. これはキャンサーと呼んでいいんですかね。
だから読み方としてはカルチノーマで、まあキャンサーベーサルセルカルチノーマって言ってキャンサー扱いになるんだけど。
So it's categorized kind of like a cancer.
So this part.
This whole purple part right
ただ
there.
転移しないという意味でキャンサーと呼んでいいのかどうかっていう話はあるんです。
So the doctor think that since it's not going to be spread, he just questioned like, is that cancer? Don't know. The cancer normally is going to be spread.
Right.
It's not going to be spread.
So is this the top layer of skin,
So
and then this
just
is,
the top
and then this
layer.
is like going down into the skin, like the
Yes,
thickness.
exactly, yeah.
Okay. And then this
Just the whole-
top layer, or just right here is the
Just right
cancer.
here. Just right here. So top layer is a healthy one. So you see that whole purple part right here? ここだけですよね。That is the only part that's going to be the issue.
Okay. And so it won't spread this way, but it'll go
こちら側は
down.
スプレッドしないで、こっち側にスプレッドしてる。
こうね、病状がある中のオンリーねスモールパートですから、そのね他のところがどれぐらい深さがあるかはわからないよね。でもこれが本当にその一点があったわけじゃなくて、この中にはそういう病態がまあそう。
So let's say the doctor removed that little part out of, you have some issue part right here.
Okay.
Doctor only takes like a little bit
Okay.
from here. So ってことは今ここら辺も取った方がいい。
取らないといけない。
So you need to remove the whole area.
Okay.
That's going to be concerning.
Okay.
うん。
So I'm still in a little bit of shock because that was not the results at all that I was expecting. I thought that they were just gonna say it's skin damage. But it's super early stages of skin cancer. And the way that it was explained to me is that it's BCC. Basal cell carcinoma is a type of skin cancer that most often develops on areas of skin exposed to the sun, like my shoulders or your face. On brown and black skin, basal cell carcinoma often looks like a bump that's brown or glossy black and has a rolled border. Basically, it will not spread like out like that, but over a very long period of time, if I don't get it treated, it'll spread like deeper. But they said it'll take a very long time for that to happen. The next steps right now are to like get it removed, and I just like wasn't expecting any of that. And I guess he was apparently hesitant to call it like cancer because it's such early stages. So the good thing is that my husband literally was like begging me to come to the skin doctor to get examined, and thankfully he did, because I'm very lazy and I would not have come on my own probably until it like likely got worse. So I'm incredibly thankful that he did that. So yeah, the next stages are I'm going to get a referral to the actual hospital and the dermatologist that works at the hospital, and that's my understanding of how that works. Now I'm actually gonna get a full body exam, and then they're going to evaluate the spots on my back, and they actually want to remove the second spot that I have, even though it was not, I didn't get a biopsy on that, and then I'll get it removed. I don't know what any of that looks like at the moment. I don't really know how to feel about it. Like the way that I really feel is I really feel stupid about like decisions that I made when I was really young. So when I was young, I graduated high school in 2010, so I don't know if that's saying anything, and like tanning beds were a really big thing. I worked at a tanning bed for a very short period of time. I probably have not worn enough sunscreen as I should have. So I've definitely made like stupid decisions when I was younger, and now I just feel like an idiot for it now. The other thing that they did reassure me was that sometimes you can be really careful with your skin, wear sunscreen, be covered, and still get skin cancer. But I just have to be even more careful now moving forward more than ever. And I just feel like I kind of just feel dumb. I feel dumb, but I also feel thankful that it is these like super early stages so that we can take care of it. And they did not seem worried at all, so I don't want anybody watching this to be worried. I am worried just because it's me and it's happening to me, but I don't want anybody else to worry until like it would be time to worry, if that makes sense. I almost started crying, but I didn't, because I was like, should I be like panicking? And they were like, no, like everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna get it taken care of. It's not something that spreads. But from this point forward, you will need to get yearly skin examinations at the doctor, especially also in that spot, because they just want to monitor it. So yeah, this is your sign to get an evaluation. I'm begging you to go get a skin examination, especially if it's been something you've been putting off. And I have no family members that I'm aware of that have any skin cancer or skin cancer related issues or dermatology related issues. So I just didn't expect that this would be the results that we were given today. So that's what I have. Now I'm gonna wait for a phone call from my translator. It won't happen today. It'll happen maybe in the next couple days or the next week, so I can get a referral to the hospital to go next week or the week after. But yeah, that is like crazy to me, and I really don't know how to feel, and I don't want anybody watching this to worry. Again, I don't know how many times I'm gonna repeat that. Please don't worry about me, worry about yourself and go get checked. That's the message I want to be taken away from this at this point, because imagine if I waited longer. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm really glad that I followed through with the biopsy, because my doctor wasn't pushing for the biopsy. He didn't think that I needed it at all, but because I am Caucasian and he doesn't see Caucasian skin or is familiar with Caucasian skin, he's used to Japanese skin tones and the way that their skin reacts to the sun, that he just thought it was a sun kiss. He thought it was just skin damage. So he was even like, I'm so glad that you decided to get a biopsy, because he was surprised at the results. And he also said it was a learning experience for him too, so that in the future, if he sees somebody else with skin that he's not familiar with, that he's just gonna push for the biopsy, because then you can have hard answers and then nobody's wondering anymore. So next step is a full examination at the hospital, which is where I'm now referred to, because the skin cancer specialist I was seeing doesn't perform surgeries, but he's referring me to somebody that they know and trust. So I will update you guys when that happens. Yeah, not the best, but not the worst. We're living it, guys. Obviously, by the time this video is going up, I've already told like my friends and family who like needed to know, so that they were like not scared when they see like updates from a YouTube video. But when I told my brother, he was like, oh, don't worry, like this is so common, because my brother is a welder, and welding is really hard on the people's bodies. Like their eyesight goes to crap at a young age, because they're like staring at a flame like really close to them, and then like they're always hunched over, so they have like body aches and body issues. And he was also saying, which I did not know, but welders often get early stages of skin cancer because the flame is so bright it will actually like burn and damage their skin. And that kind of makes sense now, like if they're not wearing the right protective gear, but that kind of makes a lot of sense now, because I remember the first time my brother went to either like welding class or something like that, he came back with sunburns because he wasn't wearing the right clothing. And I just never thought of that before. So whether you're just walking around being in the sun or your job has you out in the sun, yeah, just go get checked. But my brother made me feel better about it, because he was like, oh yeah, like no big deal, you'll just like get it cut out and you'll be fine. And I was like, okay.